Angeles.
Hi.
Other action figures each sold separately. From
Record the purr.
Jimmy, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Ah, there we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
And
Queen works
on occasion.
There we go. Sorry about that. The music was doubled up. Hi, everybody. Uh-oh. Realize my thing went dead back here. It wasn't on. Give me 1 second. It was on. Whoops. Why does it look so dark? I will download the new one. There we go. There we go. What it do about to butt chug a lung buster to this Cheers bro? The fuck does that mean? You love the one-eyed fish. I know, me too. This is from Subnautica. It's got one eye on each side of its head. But yes, Subnautica. First things first, let's get this coffee happening. I'm trying a new coffee. It's from Starbucks. It's one of my pods, an espresso pod, but from Starbucks. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay. It's not worth the extra couple of dollars or something. It's not really that expensive, but it is more expensive than regular Nespresso pods. Not by much. Like a regular Nespresso pod's like about $1.25 a pod. These ones worked out to what, $1.60 a pod? I only bought a small container of them because they were on sale. I thought I'd check it out, and well, it's not bad. I don't think it's worth the extra couple bucks though. I got other coffees I like better that are cheaper. So I usually go with the cheaper ones whenever there's any form of sale. I don't like Starbucks, says Joe, or it says Tyler. I don't like Starbucks either. I think it tastes like burnt shit. It's not a fan generally of that flavor. Okay. Now that we got the coffee out, let's start with a little dab here. And we'll work into it. It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break. So I've been looking around at display cases for these two little statue things I own. I bought these two statues of this character that I'm a really big fan of, and they've been sitting on my bookshelf with all my books from the collection, and some other toys from the collection, but they're getting dusty and they're worth a lot of money. They're a little over $500 each. Not huge, but they're valuable, and I don't want them to get covered in fucking dust. So I want to put cases on them. most of the cases won't fit on my bookshelf. Hear that? It's sizzling. It's like sound. Anyway, I want to get these display cases that I've been looking at, and I've looked at a couple of different ones. I've tried to find ones that would fit on my bookshelf, so I could put one figure on either side as like book stands, and then fill the collection of books in between them. It's just not going to work. It's really just not going to work the way I want to do it. So I might have to go for the correct sized. When I say it's not going to work, I just mean I can't find one that's not too big side to side, or like wide and thick, to fit the right height. But to fit the right height, they're all too big generally. But I found one that's just a little bit too tall for my bookshelf, but fits everything else perfectly, and gives, you know, just about this much extra room on the top of the figures. And it's got a light in it. So I might buy them eventually, not for a little bit, but I might buy them eventually and put them on the shelf here back in here somewhere. Because I like them. They're really cool. So yeah, what are you guys all drinking on, snacking on, smoking on? Cheers to little B, adopted tabby cat Kale, first animal in hip hop. Here's the little B's adopted tabby cat, first animal in hip hop. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, that's okay. I know what we should do. We should look at the featured pictures on my Discord first and foremost, because the last 2 weeks, no joke, I got too stoned and I forgot. By the end of the episode, I was like, I gotta go lay down. I was just too friggin' high. So, yeah. Let's pull up the Discord here. And I'm just gonna go back from the bottom and go up. Where are we here? There we are. Discord. Let's have a look. Okay. Streamer mode is enabled. Here we go. From a Jeff user. Wait a minute. If it says streamer mode is enabled, usernames have been transducted. How come those are still frickin' whatever? I don't know. Anyway, look at this bad boy. This one is Blueberry Muffin. Looking pretty good, honestly. Purple Berry Muffins. Ooh, that one's looking pretty frosty. For being an outdoor, that's looking pretty stacked. That looks really nice. Who is this up here? So this is B. Yeah, see, this is the way they should look. There should be like a letter and then a ... I wonder why those other names were not being redacted. Yeah, I don't know. What do we have here? Does it say? All Gas by Humboldt, Apricot Glue by Sweet Seeds, Lemon Cherry Cookies by Fast Buds, and Rainbow Kush by Coastal Mary. Take a look at this. This big boy, yeah. Got some good bud spacing. It'll fill out nicely, I'm sure. Now, I'm not poo-pooing on this grow. I don't want to poo-poo on no one's grow. That's not what I'm trying to say. But does this look a little CalMag deficient to you? Does this look a little on the yellow side to you? And the reason I'm asking is because a lot of my grows look like this, and I feel this is a little bit on the yellow side. It's a little light, and I've had a lot of my grows do this. So I'm wondering if Anybody else thinks the same? Maybe my grows are fine. Oh yeah, there we go. A little Alaskan mountaintops. No matter what I have, she just ate it. Yeah, some strains are just a little bit lighter in color. Some have different variations in color for sure. Holy shit. Okay, so I've talked about this a while, many times, but I want to bring this up. So this is J-Win. This is one of my main moderators and supporters for a very, very long time here. You can check him out on YouTube. He's got Training with J-Win. He does this setup that I really fucking like. Look at this. He puts all these brackets on the bottom of the pot, or on the rim of the pot to really, really, really stretch everything out. And look what it does. Sorry, this isn't autoflowers. These are photo periods. Pardon me. These are photo periods. You can see if you look really closely at what is it here? The long stalks and the swooping. You can tell that this was some serious training done like this. Interesting, very bizarre, but like, look at the amount. I'm assuming this is from the same plant. I can only assume that all of this is the same plant, but god dang. Impressive training techniques at the very least, man. Ooh, there's a picture. Ooh, look at the color and frost on that bad boy. Yep, same plant. Beautiful. I use city water and feel I have plenty of CalMag already in source. I would not feel that that's the correct maneuver. I would personally add CalMag. Always add CalMag. You would be blown away at the amount of nutrients that they want. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Woo, doggy! 600 bits! Holy schmoly, that is no joke. That's a couple of bits, folks. That's more than a couple. I'll have a dab to that. I'll stop and dab. How you doing? We got a couple more things to look at here, but if you want to have your grows featured, your pictures of your grows and stuff featured on my Discord, join the Discord and post them in the what the heck is that section called again? Show featured photos. Show featured pics, pardon me. Well, this is looking pretty good. And yep, I can show you it's close up of this stuff. Look at this. This is some live, they call it live resin, but the reality is it's basically diamonds and sauce. Hold on a second. There's a little cat hair stuff. Get out of here, cat hair. I inhale enough of you as it is. Anyway, let's get in here and have a little. It's like, let's see. There you go. Love that. Yeah, right there. There's another fucking cat hair. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. There. I got it. Oh, cat hair, cat hair, cat hair. The eternal thing you live with, man, as a cat owner. No, it says it was just live resin. It just claimed it as live resins, but it's basically diamonds and sauce. Whatever. Oh, man. Oh, fuck, that tastes good. Oh, man. I think I'm going to turn that thing off, though. I need to clean it, and I need to... I need to clean it, and it's off-gassing a little bit of carbon from around the rim here. The bottom, it's hard to show you, but the bottom where the heater coil is nice and clean. Right above the carbon, or right above that, is a bunch of carbon. And it stinks. Holy smokes. Wow, that was quite the fucking dab there. Ooh. Holy schmoly. Jeep Mad, hello. Let me just go through chat here and say hello to everybody, by the way. First in chat today was, well, it was actually Vinny Barbarino over here on Twitch. Vinny Barbarino was the first one in chat. Before I even went live, he was waiting in the chat room saying hi. Oh, man. Okay, J-Win, Tyler, hello, hello. Virtual Gangster, Mr. Cannon Mike, hello, buddy. Android Grown. What the fuck is that word? Androidacandro? I can't say your name. I'm very dyslexic. And a high school dropout, so whatever. Combination. Been in trim jail for a few days now. Oh my goodness. Get yourself a trim bag. It is the get out of jail free card. I swear to goodness, man. Fuck those big machines. Fuck those salad spinning bowls and shit. Fuck all that shit. Trim bag is the best trimming tool I've ever fucking used. J-Win will attest to this as well. It trims pounds of weed in moments. You will never spend more than minutes in trim jail. You'll spend a half an hour in trim jail. You could trim pounds and pounds of weed in no time flat, man. Seriously. Love it. You got to do separation from the plant. You got to clip all the buds off
Stay
of the
a while
stalk.
and listen.
But past that, welcome aboard. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Oh, it's a turducken. It's an ex-turducken. Okay, got that one. Welcome aboard. Anyway, look into trim bags. J-Win has I forget. I don't know his code. J-Win, you're welcome to post your code, your discount code, because for some fucking reason, considering I've been sponsored by them a couple times, I've never bothered to get a discount code with the frickin' trim bag people. But I fucking love the thing, man. It is phenomenal. It's one of my top favorite growing tools. I'm going to be doing a video one of these days soon, coming up here. Maybe a year down the road still, but soon. Code JWIN saves you 15%. There you go. 15% off of a trim bag, anybody. Trust me. They're like $300 or something like that. But you'll never spend more than minutes in jail ever again. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Back to here who is on here. Captain Caveman, Ham Biscuit. Hello, hello. First, last, Dan, Poppin' Seeds. A few names I've never seen before. Welcome. I don't know if it's just I've been stoned and haven't noticed the actual names and never I don't take a good look as often as I should. Let me see here. Anybody else? I haven't said anything to yet. Polar Caps, welcome, welcome. Tyler, I think I did. Mr. Reefer, hello. The Luck, Andreas Johnson. But the buds must... That's a fair point. That is a very fair point. Andreas Johnson says, the trim bag works pretty well, but it's got to be really dry. And that is very true. Now, I suggest the longer, like 10-day drying cycle. And worst case scenario, you might have to do a little bit of manual trimming if you really care about the prettiness of your cannabis. And you cut what they call crow's feet off. It's those little sticks that look like this. They call them crow's feet. But it's the stick that used to be a big fan leaf, but all the leaves have been busted off. It's just the stalk with the little nubbins on the end of it. Those big fan leaves. Sometimes the actual stalk still has just a little bit of flexibility in it, whereas the leaf was bone dry, so the leaf crumbles in that process, but that chunk stays on. So you might have to do a little bit of manual trimming just to cut those little crow feet off and just the odd little thing. But it saves an astronomical amount of time and energy. It used to take me and my wife an entire day to deal with the harvest. Now, half an hour. You shake it up, you fucking do your business, you spread it into your trim bins like I use, or whatever you got, and do a little bit of, manual maintenance and bag it and call it a day. Done. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And let's not forget Twitch here. Let's go take a look over at the Twitch list here. Who was it? Yeah, Vinny Barbarino, before I even started the stream. There he goes, attaboy. Mr. Jwin, myself, Uppa Joe, the fucking stream bots. Just the diehards, man. It's just you guys. There's not very many over on, if I have missed you over on, I know there's a couple of people that put me up on what they call like lurk. They put me, but then they mute me because they're doing something else, but they wanna like see and give support, but they can't necessarily hear what I'm saying. Do as you will. You should drink your banger or dunk your banger in ISO every time. No way. That's fucking ridiculous.
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break.
Number one, you can't dunk this system in ISO every time when you've got an e-nail setup, okay? Now, when it's not an e-nail setup, you could, in theory, if I had a brand new one, you could have a setup with like a lid, and you could take your thing and do that and stuff like that every single time. And you will sort of gain life out of your banger a little bit by doing such a thing. But it's a giant pain in the ass. They're cheap, man. They're like $30 or something. Yeah, I read you drank a banger of ISO every time, is what I read. Dyslexia. It's a fun game, man. Okay, Dab Blaster. I'm going to do Dab Blaster and Diamonds. Well, whatever that stuff is. Here. So, one of the things that I'm going to teach you guys a method on how to smoke diamonds with a nectar collector. One of the biggest problems with nectar collectors, whatever shape they come in, is it's a straw system. You are You are drawing in. Woo. Big fat biddies. Thank you, thank you. You are drawing in stuff, and diamonds are chunks. When you got liquid or shatter, and you got a piece, and you're touching it, boink, 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 with your hose, it doesn't. You don't hold it in one spot long enough for the liquid to become, or for the extract to become liquid, and then get strawed up the thing. That's why you move around. You're wanting to hit it and burst a little vapor off of it. You want to have little explosions of your vapor. But diamonds, quite often, you will suck a diamond right up the frickin' tube. Quite often, man, and they get stuck up in here and on the walls and stuff. Makes for badass reclaim. It makes, if you're collecting your reclaim, it makes that fucking awesome. But it's very wasteful. So anyway, I have a method that I do with diamonds in sauce that works pretty good, although purists are going to be a little cranky at this one, so be forewarned. If you're a dab purist, you probably will be like, you put it in another jar, right? I put some down in the bottom there, right in the middle. Use a lighter, whatever you got handy. And just give it a little bit of heat around it. I'm not trying to hit it directly with the heat. I'm kind of like hitting it in the corners a little bit so that the heat comes up on it and it, whatever. Anyway, the reason a lot of people are going to freak out is I am absolutely 100% off-gassing a bunch of delicious terpenes a little bit by doing that. A little bit of surface level terpenes are getting papped just like that when I do that. For sure. It smells really good right now. But, it's fucking hot. The glass is pretty warm, but it takes chunky diamonds and some sauce and they all melt together and they sort of become a puddle. Now you can approach this thing like a normal dab. You can hit it at the side and take a proper dab with it without sucking chunks up into it. Melt it just a little bit is all I'm saying. Put some aside into a different receptacle and melt it a little bit. But be careful, because you'll off-gas all your wonderful flavors if you do it for more than like a half a second or something at a time. But if you got that chunky stuff that keeps fucking traveling up your nectar collector, a little dab hack for you. Why did the music stop? Oh, just a quiet spot. It's coming. That worked like a normal shatter. Still tastes delicious. But you are degrading it by heating it, because terpenes are the first thing to explode in heat. In the heat ladder, when you're starting at like the 400s and getting up into you should never go that high, but let's say 650, 700 or something, right? At that point, terpenes off gas at like the bottom of that scale, and just above middle of that scale, a little bit closer towards the high end of it, is where THCs and then CBDs off gas a little bit further past that. So there's math that shows that pretty much the ideal temperature zone is somewhere between 550 and about 630. That sort of band of heat gives you the maximum THC, CBD, CBG, CBVs, all the major cannabinoids, and is still relatively low enough to not instantly vaporize your terpenes. Whereas if you go up past 700, man, your terpenes are just going pow. You don't have any terpenes. They just explode. One of these days, when I finally get around to putting it all together and narrating it properly, I've got a lot of the stuff for it, but when I do come out with episode 3, 103 of Dab School, that whole process will be explained a lot more clearly. I'll try not to get like too destroyed high first before I before I try to explain something confusing. It's not a bad coffee. It's pretty easy to just pound it. That's part of the problem with this one, is for some reason when it first gets poured, it's like half foam too. The foam settles and it mixes in quite a bit, but for some reason this pod over the other pods is, I'd say, almost 50% coffee, 50% foam. And again, it settles, but weird. One of the only ones I've ever seen that do it that badly. Usually there's a good little bit of fake crema, whatever you call it. A little bit anyway. Okay, that was dab 3 there. Is there more? There is some more here. Let's go back and take a look at these Discord pictures here. I was I stopped to take a dab and say thank you for some biddies. Jammy Dodgers by Mephisto. I take my sunglasses off for that a little bit. Yeah. Wish you could zoom on these frickin' things, but right, here's the same one. This is the one I was looking at. I went right to this photo just because it was nice and close up, and all the color variants, man. It's a pretty plant. It is quite neat to look at, although it's hard to draw. Buds don't really make sense. Yeah, nice looking buds. Very nice looking sticks. So these are grape, ape, lime, pop, Frenchie's grape. That's quite a mouthful cross. Small buds, but looking really dense. Strawberry biscotti. Sure. We got here Golden Goat. Sisters undergoing a re-veg. Ew, re-vegging. Never done that on purpose. I mean, grats to all you that managed to do this, but I just never bothered myself. I love me a good outdoor picture like this, man. In the natural light with like more garden behind it. Such a good photo, man. I love pictures like this. Lots of purples in it. Some wiggly little tails. Ready to rock. Holy shit, look at that. Pineapple Express throwing off some frickin' what do you call those? Like foxtail repistols. Now, I'm not judging. I'm asking the community at large. Is this or is this not a case of the light being too intense this late into flower? I've had people try to explain this to me before, but what foxtailing is sort of a form of re-vegging, but it's like rebudding. It's continuing to grow because the conditions are that of such that it's not fall yet, even though chemically it thinks it's the end of it. But all the cues it's getting is that it's getting too much light in end of harvest, and it tries to re-veg sort of thing. That I think too many people try to push. Now, this is just, again, my opinion. And again, I'm asking you guys all as growers, as a community, what do you think about this? But I like the concept of turning down your lights, at least in the last 2 weeks, at the very least. But turning down your lights quite considerably. Like if you've got like modern lights with what I like to jokingly call volume control, but like, you know, your dimmer switches, I'll knock these things down to about 10 or 20% light intensity for the last couple weeks. I quite often do that. Oh, that's the end of the frickin' thing. Right on. But there we go. Foxtailing can also be genetics. Yeah, because it's, from what I understand, is it's trying to regrow or just continue to grow new bud. And then it just shoots those little towers up out of the little areas that can grow, because that's like the tips. And they call it foxtailing, or I've heard somebody say it was something fingers. I can't remember what the heck it was, but they said it was something fingers. Okay, I'll hit up Jeep Mad's freaking photos here. Look at the purples on that. You just slap these in here. I saw that there was somebody, I'll be honest, I saw that there was somebody that had posted pictures in here while I was showing it, but I didn't want to show it live just in case it was like offensive pictures for some reason. I don't know. I couldn't tell who posted it. I just saw that it was posted. Man, I wish that was a bigger photo. It actually looks a little bit better on my monitor almost than it does on the screen that I'm looking at. That's a cool photo too, though. Just frost, eh? Look at that. Holy fuck. Dude. Hot dang. Yeah, the show featured pics. This is where I can show shit like this off. Yeah, for sure. Hot dang, Jeep. Iced wild berries is this top one. Hot damn, that is fucking weird. That is snow looking. That's the kind of thing you would want to hand trim. This is something that is very much heavily worth your time to take and hand trim and take with a lot of care and energy when you know, doing your trim stage. Whereas like pretty much everything else, man, I don't give a fuck. I don't have time to give a fuck. I got another grow to do. Yeah, right on, man. Good photos. Thanks for the submissions. So yeah, slap those puppies up there, folks. New photos every week or so. If I get a list of at least you know, a little bundle of them, I'll show them off every week. Get stoned and look at fucking beautiful weed pictures. All right, I think it's dab time. I want to dab off this blueberry autoflower from Coastal Mary. Use my name as a code, Cannabeard25 at Coastal Mary Seeds. You have to Google them. Can't give links, but they're easy to find.
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break.
Over on Twitch using points. Thank you, sir. I agree. It is dab time. That is a good suggestion. There's a lot of like more interaction stuff you can do over on Twitch. Twitch has definitely more interactivity. However, it doesn't. It also obviously the majority of people seem to prefer it on YouTube. That's where I really grew my audience. So it made sense that my I would do better on YouTube with my Sunday session than taking it away from YouTube like I did for a while. I took it away for about 6 months, a year maybe. I moved it over to Twitch only, and I gave it a good shot. And it's what happened is I was a little bit spooked because my channel was getting fucking flagged and striked left and right, like all the time, just like non-stop, man. I'd fight them and I'd win half of them, and the occasional one would stick, and then I'd have to wait 6 months without another one. And I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just doing my normal business. It happened to all of us cannabis YouTubers. We were just getting dinged left and right for selling drugs and all this weird child endangerment and stuff like this. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, it was a rough time for a while there, and it's equalized out. But the fear of losing my channel due to strikes, I took what I considered to be my most volatile program, because I didn't have that ad there. But because YouTube's employees insist on telling me that it's the biggest scare that they have is glorifying cannabis use. If you made a super medical dry video explaining how to grow marijuana, cannabis, blah 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 blah, and showed like a couple of photos and was doing a very scientific sort of thing, they might even not age restrict it because it's extremely educational. But if you show live video of pot growing in a tent and explain how to do something like a normal human being would, demonetized. To the back row for you. Anyway, cheers. Cheers. Yeah. How's my outdoor doing? It's doing it's doing well, but slow. Everything I do, for some reason, in this climate, either doesn't survive the summer or is a slow flowering plant come fall, and it doesn't want to finish in time for frosts, and because the weather gets cold quick here. Oh fuck. Anyway, wow. Anyway, I dragged it into the greenhouse. And because my greenhouse has the shade cloth on it from summer, I'm gonna have to take it off soon. But I was just lazy and I didn't want to disassemble. It's quite a process to take off the shade cloth, but or it's even worse to put it up. Anyway, I will I added the Mars Hydro greenhouse light up in the steeple of my greenhouse, up in the very top corner, up in that little V. I screwed some screws into the thing and hung that fucking light up in there, and have that running on a 12-hour cycle. So 6 o'clock in the morning, bam, that fucking light turns on, and at 6 o'clock at night it turns off. Right now, so that's gonna help, and it's inside. It's protected from frost for the most part. I mean, it might get cold still, but it shouldn't get that frost thing that happens outside because of it being in a greenhouse. And all I have to do is, if it starts to get to that temperatures where I see a frost coming on the thing, or close enough to it that I'm worried about it, I'll just I'll close the ventilation window for the night. I mean, it still has ventilation outwards, so it's still gonna suck some air in from the outside, but not nearly as, wouldn't be the big tunnel of open air coming through. But I'll do a video about it soon. This week, actually, I think I need to film a video. I just dragged it in there. Oh, we got the cheap viewers bot over on Twitch there. You fucking turd. Twitch needs to get a fucking handle on these cheap viewer bots, man. They're ridiculous. Like, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me. The automatic spam filters stops them from fucking posting links anyway, so I don't know. They just come in and then leave, so whatever. Ultra 5 weeks of flower. Yeah, see, I've only lived out here for a couple of years. All the people that have lived here and grown weed here outdoors know that you need certain types of plants, fast flowering things. And once a couple of the, what I found out from my fucking uncles anyway, is that once a couple of people got a good harvest, they will have taken clones. Everybody trades clones in this town. Everybody trades clones. Just gives clones around. But yeah, come spring, everybody gets a bunch of clones of stuff that grew good from their buddies from the season before and harvested on time. And there's a couple of local strains that have been bred and passed around like the town pump. And I actually got some, and I should try it out. I got some seeds of it, at any rate. I'm not 100% sure where it is off the top of my head. I'd have to look, but I'd know it when I found it. Man, my coffee's gone. Okay, I think I want a coffee. I want one more coffee. So, is there a way to add that? Hold on a second. I got something. There it is. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. This is a quick coffee machine. Ah! No! a second. It fucking hit me the second I went down on the ground. It knew I was on something. Interesting. Interesting. It knew I was hiding. I was like, nah, oh, wait a second. Because, like, you guys... Interesting. Fuck. Well, because we have this zone like this, I'm gonna just throw a little bit of extra in that area, and they're fucking dead. Trust me on that. Those fucking that might have been a little overboard. I maybe clouded it a little. Run straight.
All right.
There we go.
We're so fucked.
What the fuck?
Right.
Small pagoda or whatever those things are called, those like open air structures or whatever, and then you put like sunscreens over the top or something, or something like that, or grow a certain viney type of bush or something through all the latticing, or even better yet, what I would probably end up doing is I would probably put some latticing on it and then staple bug screen all on the inside so that nothing can actually get in, but air can flow through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick fucking dab, and then I'm gonna grab my coffee, put my coffee's upstairs, and let this thing finish loading, and cross our fingers, everybody. I'd like to play. I want to play. I want to make it work.
Organic wonders. Wow, Wallace.
There we go. So look at this coffee. Only 2 fingers of foam at the top. The other one was half foam. It was like this. Strange. It's a different coffee, by the way. It's not the same exact pod or anything. Hey, Red Hulk, what up? Let me switch back over here. Talking about how it might not be the strongest, but it's tasty. Flavor over potency all day long, man. My favorite strain that that I've ever grown, that I love to keep growing, is a measly 12% THC. It's my favorite strain though. That CBD cheese is about 10 to 12% THC and CBD. Just right around that mark, depending on how you grow it and blah blah blah. And what pheno you get. There's definitely a couple of phenos in there, but it is wonderful shit though. It tastes so good. The high from it is very comfortable. It's a really nice mellow high. You can smoke it all day long and not get totally destroyed. You know, that's what I liked about it anyway. For me, it was the utility of the fact that it tasted as good as it did, and that I was giving myself CBD, and it tasted that good, and I was still getting that nice and comfortable about it. But I wasn't getting like, I don't like 20 fucking 5% THC fucking strains. to be honest. I take one toke and I can't fucking take another one. What the fuck is the point of that? It's like overproof rum or like moonshine or something. Why the fuck would you don't drink? I like to have a couple of dabs. Even some people think that's crazy, having a couple of dabs. They're like, are you fucking nuts? How do you have a bunch of dabs in a row? Because I got practice. Because it's my preferred way of smoking. Cheers. Got the tail end of that one. It was a little bit on the low temp side, but low temp equals flavor. And right now I kind of need flavor over effect anyway, so probably for the best. Happy dude, hello. That was a dab, by the way. Count that. So, looking over there at the scoreboard, it's kind of almost like just a counter at this point. It's not a scoreboard anymore. But we're missing somebody still, hey? Where the fuck is... I have some things missing. Anyway, what I was getting at though is, I was just gonna say it's missing Bunny's. Bunny's head has been missing here for quite a while, and beside me here. Soon I will be resorted to being squished over here again, so Bunny can join us. Soon, a couple more weeks. Like 2 more weeks, I think. Yeah, soon. She has not seen a session since I changed the office around, for one. Not that that matters much, but it's been a while. It's been like half a year. It's been actually a little over half a year now. Half a year and a couple weeks, to be exact. We were joking. I was joking about it and saying you should wait. You've gone this long, but you should wait to do your first dab on session when you get back. And and then she says, I don't know. And I said, you're probably right. You haven't had a fucking dab in fucking like almost, over half a year. You might fucking puke from it or something. You don't know, right? Maybe we should have that off camera. Maybe we should just do that privately, but she will be along as soon as she wants to be, but she is definitely wanting to come back, so sooner than later. We're almost there. We're way over the hump, in the tail end now, if you will. Yeah, it's hard. I'll be honest, it's been a little bit weird having to try to keep the conversation. I know I talk a lot, and I fucking probably talk over her a little bit sometimes too. We've discussed that privately, though. I try not to. But it is a little bit of a challenge to try to do what has been a 2-person thing there was at least someone to react off of, and it's just it feels lacking. It's been missing that, and yeah. And on that note, I fucking miss my wife. She's been gone for a couple weeks. That's a long fucking time. It's been a long goddamn time. I talk to her like a couple times a day, every day, but still, you know, it's not the same. Anyway. Moving on. I think I want another dab of this fucking diamond stuff that I melted because it was good. I think I want another one. And I just cleaned this thing out. I scraped it. I got this freaking metal toothpick thing, or metal earwax cleaner thing. I would never put it in my ears, but it's a good fucking dab cleaner thing. I scrape the sides down and get the carbon off, burn it real good, get back in there and clean it all out, get all the, blow all the dust off the wall.
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, dab time, dab time. Time to take a fucking dab break.
Yep, dab time. Swirl it around, let a little air get on it, you know. Pretty warm still. Pouring rain from the hurricane weather still. Fuck, eh? Be safe, man. That shit, hurricanes and shit, man. Well, that shit would freak me out. Yummy. It's okay. I threw the bag out, but it was called goji berry live resin, and the guy knows me there, and he was like, "It's all pure, like there's no added terpenes, there's no nothing. It's all super natchy." I was like, "Okay, I'm sold." I got lazy and decided to buy a $32 gram of frickin' live resin instead of blasting some fucking stuff. It'll last me a few days. It'll allow me to be lazy for a couple more days, and then I'll have to do it. I was kind of wanting to wait until this shit was dry, but there's just no way I've got enough to last me a whole week here. Like, maybe if I was rationing, but I'm not. I have stuff. So, yeah. And I think that's a dab. Pretty darn sure. Wow. Yep, it's official. I am very medicated. That's another thing that happens here sometimes when I'm on my own, is I feel like I've got a void to fill, and I end up dabbing a little bit, maybe just a little bit more than I would have normally. And yeah, whoa. Getting the rest of your stuff into the dry room. Nice. I've got a small dry tent in the corner of my basement. Well, small. It's 5x5, so it's not too small. But yeah, I got this cheap ass, real cheap tent. I don't care about the quality at all. I just cared the fact that it fit. It was a steepled. It's a steepled one, so it's got like a roof, like it looks like a little house like a little kid's playhouse or something. But, well, it doesn't look like that, but just the shape, it looks like a small house. And the reason is because that wedge is in between the rafters. I got a really short, weird basement. And I need a place that I can grow or I can dry outdoor stuff, a whole crop at once, whatever. So I actually ordered a 4x4, and for whatever reason, I got sent a 5x5. It was off Amazon. It was one of the cheapest fucking ones that I found that fit the diameters that I needed. And I ordered a 4x4, but got a 5x5. I'm lucky it still fit. It kind of screwed up my plans a little bit for what I was gonna do, but it works fine. The air cube looked like it worked well. Yeah, it did. I'm super impressed with that one. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Twitch. There was an ad break, apparently. Sometimes there's like a pop-up thing that tells me that there's an ad coming, that it's coming soon. This is in like 4 minutes. There's an ad, and then there's like a little bar that pops up. There's an ad thing, and there's like a little slow timer that ticks down, tells you when the ad's over. But it doesn't always happen. It kind of bums me out that it does most of the time, but there's times where it doesn't. I've seen people say, "Oh, I'm in an ad," and I look over and there's nothing on my board, and I said, "Oh shit, sorry," because I'm like trying to explain something to someone, and they're not a subscriber, so they have to watch an ad every 25 minutes or whatever the frickin' timer is on the ad thing. But, Mr. Canna Mike says, "I just got the air cube set up." Nice. I think a lot of people are going to be, anybody that's been into water is going to probably want to jump onto this systems, man. They had some good sales happening. I've got a discount code going on. They do a lot of I'm surprised how many systems they're giving away. They've given away a couple of them, man. Oh, your subscription ends today. Ruh-roh. Yeah, I try not to take dabs right in the middle of a fucking ad break or something like that, or discuss anything too major. But like I said, it doesn't always pop up like it's supposed to. Mostly, but there's times where it doesn't, man. It did there. It's something I kind of got to be looking for, though. If I'm not paying like active attention for it, I won't remember. Okay, I think I got one more dab, and then I'm done. I'm gonna go play with my chickens. No, that's not a euphemism. I need to let them out. I tore down the fence thing a little bit that they had to allow them into the yard because there was a storm coming in, and the storm lasted just a couple hours. No way to know. I'll tell you, if a storm comes in real bad, and you're not prepared, you're losing a lot of shit in your yard. At least the way where I'm currently living right now, man, with the way the neighbor's yard and driveway is, it creates this big wind tunnel right into my backyard. Boom. And through my yard into the neighbor's yard, there's this big wind tunnel, and I'm just part of it. Thank goodness, though, the greenhouse, honest to God, deflects about half of it. Kind of goes up over the greenhouse and then goes over the house. And there's like a good dead spot behind the greenhouse that, for the most part, doesn't get too bad, but call it a dead spot because shit still get fucking flapped around everywhere. That's that blueberry autoflower I grew in the greenhouse. There was a little bit of light addition. I added some light in the morning and in the evening. None during the day. Just let it get natural light all day. But I gave it extra in the morning and extra in the evening to prolong the day because it was an autoflower. So it got a couple, what was it, like 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours at night extra supplemental light to try to push it a little further. And did it? Maybe a little bit. The control, everything fucked up. My greenhouse just ate fucking baby seedlings all fucking summer. I had plans to run autoflowers twice this year. I planted some. The fucking ground literally, I don't know what to say, man. The ground's eating my seeds. I put seedlings in, they just die. I put fucking seeds in, they never come up. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I think there's a problem with my soil balance that I didn't address when I don't know. There's something's going on. I don't know what to say. Something happened. It was also hot as fucking hell in there this year. I didn't have the seed or the shade cloth on for half of the year. I finally put it on, and I have. I'll show you on the next video. The next video on YouTube of the greenhouse update / outdoor update. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's 2 plants that still made it in the fucking big soil beds, but they are fucking weird looking, useless little things. I'm just letting them go. But yeah, they're fucking weird, man. They're like months old too. I don't know what's going on, man. They're fucking doing some weird shit. But I'll show you in the video. The big photo period, peanut butter breath from Coastal Mary Seeds is doing awesome. I love that strain. I'm really glad that fucking, at least if everything else failed, at least the peanut butter breath survived. and this one autoflower in a pot, and that's why I think it was something wrong with the beds, is because that was just in a pot of some dirt that I had laying around. I'm like, I had an extra seedling. I just went, throw it in this pot, and it's the only one that survived. Everything else died. That one survived. Sometimes, man, with gardening, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You can make educated guesses, try not to fuck up, make your, learn from your mistakes. I think I know what's wrong. I think the soil's just too hot. I think the soil's too rich, and that mixed with the tent or the greenhouse being too hot, not having the shade cloth up early enough for their young lives, they just got cooked from the top and the bottom, is what I think happened. But they're autoflowers. They're really, really specific. In the past, I've grown in bottomless pots where I grow it as like a seedling in a pot. Even as an autoflower, I'll grow it in a pot and then just cut the bottom of the pot and place it in the bed and just let the roots go into the bed. That worked really well. I think if I do something like autoflowers in the greenhouse again next year, I'll probably do something like that, because that will at least let the plant get somewhat stable in the pot that it's in like a fucking little 2-gallon or something like that. And then you just cut the bottom off of the cloth pot and, rough up the roots a little bit and maybe bury it a frickin' inch into the top of the soil and just let it go to town. And it'll just reach out and dig into that bed. You could cut the whole pot off and then plant it, but you could just stack it like a cake, like a layer. Cut the bottom off and let it dig itself in. Why bother? I don't know. It's worked well in the past. Okay, I'm gonna drink the rest of this coffee and then I'm gonna go. I don't know if I counted my last dab. I want to say I didn't count my last dab. It don't matter too much at this point, but I'm gonna press it because I think I didn't. And I'm gonna end the episode. So have a good day, everybody. I'll see you eventually, probably. If anybody follows me on Twitch, I'll be twitching eventually at some point. Yes. Have a good day. I don't know what to say. I'm stoned. Cheers, everyone.
Should I peekaboo at this a little bit? My target's right over there. Let's look at my target first. Oh, you know what? No. Let's take a look at this place a little bit. Let's just peekaboo at it. Yeah, this is a pretty big facility. Okay, let's scrub the road a little bit. Let's just go back down towards Barn and... Whoa! Whoa! Hacker! 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 Whoa! You guys see that shit?
Get his name.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, I got it.
I saw him.
Yeah. There we go. Report. He's hiding in the bushes. Oh, I got so few fucking rounds, man. I gotta be careful. I'm okay with bringing this back and just dumping it. And... Hey! There's a guy out here! Hey! 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 There's a guy under here! Fuck! He's getting on my
Please
wood!
tell me you killed him.
No! Hey, dude, what's going on, man? You brace yourself. Get him! Get him! He's getting all my wood! Oh, fuck. Ah!